Sarah Rebecca Abeles was born on January 29, 1975, in Santa Monica, California. Raised in a family deeply embedded in Hollywood, the pressures of stardom were part of her reality from the start. Her mother, Barbara Cowan, worked as a producer and talent manager, while her maternal grandfather, Harry Crane, was the legendary creator of The Honeymooners. Sarah's family legacy came with high expectations, and from a young age, she was immersed in the world of show business. At just 5 years old, Sarah began her career with a Kool-Aid commercial, which sparked her early interest in acting. She later changed her last name to Gilbert, taken from her mother's first husband, actor Paul Gilbert, who had adopted her siblings. Sarah wanted to prove herself worthy of the success her family had achieved, and her career in Hollywood began. Early struggles with education and acting. Although Sarah was drawn to acting, her journey to success wasn't without struggle. Growing up, she faced challenges in traditional schooling, feeling bored and disconnected from the conventional classroom environment. The pressures of being in a famous family, coupled with her discontent with school, made her feel isolated. She eventually transitioned to homeschooling with a tutor, allowing her more time to focus on acting. This shift to acting full-time was a dream come true for Sarah, but it also carried its own challenges. As her career progressed, she often felt as though she had something to prove, especially in comparison to her siblings who were already achieving recognition. Nonetheless, Sarah continued to push forward, knowing that Hollywood success required both resilience and perseverance. Becoming Darlene Conner on Roseanne. At just 13 years old, Sara Gilbert landed the role that would define her career for years to come, Darlene Conner on Roseanne. The sitcom, which premiered in 1988, featured Sarah as the sarcastic, sharp-witted middle child of the Conner family. Darlene's journey from a tomboy to a politically aware teenager resonated with viewers, and Sarah's performance was lauded for its authenticity. Her portrayal of Darlene earned her 3 consecutive Young Artist Awards between 1991 and 1993, as well as Emmy nominations in 1993 and 1994. Despite the success, Sarah faced immense pressure as her teenage years unfolded under the scrutiny of millions. While Darlene became a beloved character, Sarah herself struggled with shyness and a deep sense of loneliness, finding it difficult to reconcile her public image with her private battles. The struggles of growing up in the spotlight. Throughout her teenage years, Sarah's fame on Roseanne was a double-edged sword. While the show was a massive success, it also brought feelings of isolation. Unlike most teenagers who could experiment with their identities privately, Sarah's journey of self-discovery was played out on national television. She often admitted to feeling overwhelmed by the public's perception of her and struggled with the loneliness that came with fame. At the same time, she was determined to continue her education. In 1993, Sarah enrolled at Yale University, managing an intense schedule of filming Roseanne while attending classes. The demands of balancing work and school pushed her to exhaustion, yet Sarah remained committed to both her academic goals and her role on the show. Her perseverance became a defining trait of her character, both on and off screen. Coming out and finding her identity. As Sara Gilbert's career continued to flourish, so did her internal struggle with her identity. During her teenage years on Roseanne, she began a relationship with her co-star Johnny Galecki, who played David Healy. Their relationship started as a typical teenage romance, but over time, Sarah began to feel a sense of confusion and discomfort. She couldn't understand why the intimacy left her feeling unsettled instead of happy. This internal conflict led her to confront a deeply personal truth. She was gay. In a time when Hollywood was less accepting of LGBTQ actors, Sarah feared the consequences of coming out. She worried that revealing her sexuality could jeopardize her career and cause casting directors to stop offering her roles. For years, she kept her sexuality hidden, confiding only in Johnny, who remained supportive throughout. The struggles of keeping her private life. Hidden. Sara Gilbert's private life became a careful secret she kept hidden from the public eye for many years. Even as she began her first same-sex relationship, she shielded it from the press, fearful of the potential fallout. For a long time, Sara felt that her career could be jeopardized if she revealed her true self. The pressure of living in secrecy took its toll, but in 2010, Sara finally came out publicly on The Talk. It was a courageous moment, but Sara admitted that she still struggled with the fear of what revealing her sexuality might cost her in terms of career opportunities. She said that while she tried to act confident, there was always a part of her wondering how her revelation would affect her future in Hollywood. Her coming out marked a turning point, not just for her career, but for her own self-acceptance. Family life, heartbreak, and painful breakups. Despite the challenges of her public and private life, Sara Gilbert eventually found stability in a long-term relationship with television writer Allison Adler. The couple was together from 2001 to 2011 and had 2 children, son Levy Hank in 2004 and daughter Sawyer Jane in 2007. It seemed as though Sara had finally found the family life she had always longed for. But in 2011, after a decade together, their relationship came to an end. On an emotional episode of The Talk, Sara opened up about the breakup, acknowledging the pain and questioning whether love could truly last a lifetime. Though the split was publicly described as amicable, reports later suggested that Allison felt blindsided by Sara's decision to move on. The breakup marked a difficult chapter in Sara's personal life and was compounded by the public nature of her struggles. New love and a second marriage. After the end of her relationship with Allison Adler, Sara Gilbert entered a new chapter in her love life with musician Linda Perry. The two began dating in 2011, and by 2013, Linda proposed to Sara in an elaborate and heartfelt way. The proposal, which included a surprise musical performance in a Los Angeles park, was described by Sara as the most amazing moment of her life. The couple married in 2014 in Malibu, and in 2015, they welcomed their son, Rhodes Aleo. For a time, it seemed that Sara had found happiness again. She spoke openly about how marriage gave her a sense of security and how she felt more ready than ever to face challenges with Linda by her side. However, in 2019, Sara filed for separation, citing irreconcilable differences. The divorce was finalized in 2021, and Sara later admitted to undergoing months of therapy and ketamine treatment to cope with the heartbreak. Tragedy, loss, and the memory of Glenn Quinn. While Sara Gilbert was dealing with her own personal struggles, tragedy struck in 2002 with the death of her former Roseanne co-star Glenn Quinn. Glenn, who played Conner-Healy, died from a heroin overdose at the young age of 32. His struggles with addiction had plagued him throughout his life, and despite periods of sobriety, his demons eventually took his life. Sara was deeply affected by his death, as he had been a close friend and someone she had worked alongside for years. In 2018, when Roseanne was revived, Sara made a heartfelt decision to name her character's fictional son, Mark, in tribute to Glenn. It was a small but meaningful gesture, ensuring that Glenn's memory lived on in the new iteration of the show. The shadow of Roseanne Barr's downfall. While Sara was honoring Glenn Quinn's memory, another storm was brewing in her professional life. In May 2018, Roseanne Barr, the star of Roseanne and one of Sara's closest colleagues, made a racist tweet about Valerie Jarrett, a former advisor to President Obama. The backlash was swift and severe, leading ABC to cancel the Roseanne reboot. Sara was one of the first to publicly condemn Barr's actions, calling them abhorrent and distancing herself from the controversy. This led to a public feud between the two, with Roseanne accusing Sara of betrayal. The incident not only ended their professional relationship, but also cast a shadow over the legacy of the show that had been a defining part of Sara's career. Health struggles and the need for balance. As Sara Gilbert's career continued to evolve, she faced increasing challenges with maintaining balance in her life. In 2019, after 9 years on The Talk, Sara tearfully announced that she was leaving the show. The pressures of balancing her career with raising 3 children had taken a toll on her health and well-being. She explained that she needed to step away in order to regain control of her own story and to focus on her family. The decision to leave also marked a moment of self-realization for Sara, who admitted that she had neglected her own health in the midst of her demanding schedule. She began focusing on simple, daily exercise routines to improve her physical and mental well-being, taking small steps toward reclaiming her self-care. The enduring legacy of Sara Gilbert. Despite the hardships, Sara Gilbert's journey has been one of remarkable resilience. Through public heartbreak, private struggles, and the pressures of Hollywood, she continues to forge her own path. Her personal and professional life has been marked by growth, self-discovery, and an unwavering determination to create a life that reflects her true identity. While Sara has faced many challenges along the way, she remains a beloved figure in Hollywood, admired for her honesty, courage, and ability to persevere through adversity. Her story is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of embracing one's true self.